Hey, this is the beginning of a little 1 or 2 tube amplifier, grid driven. Some of you might recognize this. These were, I think they were called Firebird or something. They were initially targeting the CB band, and they did work on 40 through 10 meters. They were band switched. This was before the days of the tuned input. But anyway, a friend got this thing off of eBay, and I stripped it. It was total junk, but it was a good case. It's hard to get cases to build unique things anymore, so I like building. Stuff with recycled cabinets, so you can have a nice looking piece. You can see the interior. Holy moly, this thing had gone up in smoke. The front was all smashed and bashed. I don't like the rocker switches, but overall it's a good piece. I'm going to blast it down to the bare metal and then either powder coat or paint. It originally had a pair of 6 LQ6s or something like that in here. I can't even remember the configuration. It was probably something like that. No, something like that maybe. Anyway, oh, I know, there was another plate of metal in there. I've already stripped it down, and so the metal that I'm looking for is missing. Kind of don't matter. I'm going to end up, I may reuse this plate here. May turn it sideways. Cut it off right there and build a single tube grid driven amp. That'd be good. You can take some of these 6P45s. They're a lot like a 8908 or 2057 or something like that. You can build a nice broadband grid driven amp. You swamp the grid. It's perfect, dude. For these little SDR rigs, QRP rigs, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 watts drive, and with a good transformer, you can get 300-400 watts peak out of these things on single sideband, and easy over 100 on CW. So this front panel's trash. I'm going to band switch it, but I don't like all these rocker switches, and it's old. So I found a piece. I went through my metal scrap and I found a piece of aluminum bar here. I'm going to cut it to length. Offset it just a little bit. I'm going to take the top piece. I'm going to rip this little piece right here. I'm going to rip a piece out of this and bolt to the inside of the top. So I'll have my lip that turns inward, you know, for the lid to attach. And I'm going to use a piece of 3/8 aluminum. I got to run by the hardware store. Piece of 3/8 aluminum U channel to raise this whole business up so it matches the lid. Already have a transformer chosen. That'll be perfect for this application. Planning to run the tube with about 900 volts plate, 400 or so, 450 on the screen, and 150 to 200 negative. We're going to try to bias it right at cutoff, and that allows you to really push the peak power out of these amps. But it should look real. This is a very meager beginning here. In the next update, you can see some of the other builds that I've done where I just totally gut them and rebuild. You'll see what it looks like. But there you go. That's the beginning of another little amp project. Should be pretty fun stuff.